BangorDailyNews.com. We bring Maine together.
The BDN Maine Game of the Week is presented by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. The BDN Maine Game of the Week is also brought to you by Bangor Savings Bank, Tradewinds Markets, Greenway Equipment Sales, and by Time Warner Cable Community, Dean's Detailing, Northeast Driving School, and Digital Workshop. The BDN Maine Game of the Week is a production of Sportsnet Maine.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Hampden Academy, and welcome to the BDN Maine Game of the Week. Great to have you with us on a beautiful Friday night. I'm Jim Churchill from Sportsnet Maine, joined by Ernie Clark from BDN Maine. Ernie, good evening to you.
Good evening to you, Jim.
And also joining us from Sportsnet Maine, Aaron Jackson.
Excited to be here. This is perfect Maine weather for some football.
Tonight we have the Brunswick Dragons taking on the Hampden Academy Broncos here at Hampden Academy. Game one of an 8-game schedule. Ernie, let's talk about the Brunswick Dragons, the visitors first. Your thoughts on this team?
Well, Brunswick, the two-time defending Class B North champion, really have kind of controlled the division in the last couple of years. Got to the state championship game each of the last 2 years. Lost to Marshwood of South Berwick in the state championship games. I'm sure there's a sense within that program as some unfinished business. Because there are a considerable number of players back from last year's team, and that business begins tonight against a youthful Hampden Academy team under a new coach in Fred Lauer.
Yes, indeed. You can see the captains down at midfield. The coin toss is underway. We'll have the details on the results from that here in just a second. Ernie, let's talk about the Hampden Academy Broncos. You mentioned the new coach, Fred Lauer.
Yeah, third coach in as many years for the Broncos. Kevin Canty in 2014, Scott Flagg last year, and now Fred Lauer this year. And one of the things Fred has done during the preseason is kind of scale everything back and just focus on the fundamentals, trying to create, establish the kind of things that lead to a winning culture and not force-feeding a whole lot to his team early on. So we'll probably see a relatively basic game plan out of the Hampden Academy Broncos, looking to maybe try to take advantage of the aggressive nature of Brunswick's defense, try to use that against them. But again, just gradually trying to build back and introduce some new things to the program as a first-year head coach. Awful tough opening game given that situation, but we'll see what the Broncos can do.
We'll have the kickoff here in just a second. Aaron?
What's interesting about Coach Lauer is that he has been around the Bangor area coaching for a number of years now, whether it be at Husson, he was the offensive coordinator there for a while, now a receivers coach. At Bangor High School, he's been there for a very long time as well, so he's certainly no stranger to coaching football and coaching community football in this area as well.
Brent, and surely an exciting opportunity for Coach Lauer.
Kickoff coming up. Do want to mention the BDN Maine Game of the Week is brought to you by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. And the Broncos kicking off a short high kick towards the sideline, fielded there by number 22 for Brunswick. That's Nelson Gay, and he's going to bring it out to about the 34. And that's where the Dragons will get things underway here.
And you can already see, I mean, just looking at the players on the field, the size difference between Brunswick and Hampden on special teams. Brunswick kids look out there, they almost look like college players compared to Hampden Academy, who had a smaller style athlete.
Yeah, that's been one of the keys to Brunswick, really historically. They've always been big up front, and they'll try to take advantage of that tonight.
All right, Dragons with the football. Christian Jensen under center for Brunswick. And they're going to keep it on the ground, straight up the gut, and the handoff goes to Jesse Devereaux, and he slams forward for about 5 yards, taking it up to the 40.
For a gain of about 4.
Devereaux is probably the leading returning running back out of the wing T for Brunswick. Will Bessie, who was a finalist for the Fitzpatrick Trophy last year as the top player in the state, has graduated and moved on to Bates College. Devereaux took his place during a playoff game last year after Bessie was injured and rushed for 130 yards. So he was the heir apparent a year ago. Now he gets his chance.
Jensen gives it to number 27. Good job there by the swarming Bronco defense, holding Ben Palazzi to about a yard or two.
And what's interesting about a team like Brunswick, Bernie, as you mentioned Will Bessie, it's always next man up for teams like this that always find success, whether it be Jesse Devereaux, whether it be the guy you just saw there, and Ben Palizet. It's always someone that's going to step in, and they always seem to find success.
Yeah, and that's the way it has to be, and that's the culture that really exists in all football programs because of the physicality of the sport.
Devereaux behind Jensen. 3rd down and 3. Jensen rolling to his right. He's got some room. He'll take it himself beyond midfield. He's into Bronco territory. That's a first down. First down of the ball game, and the Dragons are in business here.
Jensen rolling out to his right, looking for a passing target, but what he saw out there was a great sustained block being put on the defensive end by Jesse Devereaux. It was a one-on-one situation, and that left Jensen open for a big gain of 11, and into Hampden territory we go.
Dragons to the line. Would have been a nice small victory there for the Broncos if they had been able to stop the Dragons on 3rd down, and we got a loose ball there, but falling on the ball is the quarterback Jensen, so the Dragons will keep it, but they lost 2 yards. They're back in their own territory now.
Brunswick will not throw the ball a lot, generally speaking. Last year they threw the ball on average maybe 10 to 12 times a game, depending on the situation. In this situation, they certainly want to establish the ground game against, as Aaron mentioned, a smaller Hampden defensive front.
Beautiful night for the opening night of the high school football season here on the turf in Hampden. Jensen, the give to Devereaux. He's got some room. He's got some open territory working the right side. He's going to be finally knocked out of bounds near the 20-yard line. Big pickup there for the Dragons as they march downfield against this youthful Bronco defense.
What you see is the speed that Jesse Devereaux brings to the Brunswick attack, because once he cleared the line and the linebackers, he had a lot of open space that he made his way down the field quite quickly.
And you saw him there. Andrew Gendro eventually made the tackle, but before he did it, I mean, he just completely knocked him over. Devereaux showing he's got plenty of strength in those legs and forearms.
Now the handoff to Hunter Garrett. He tries to work that left side. Not much there for Garrett. He'll gain about 3 or 4 yards. Going to bring up 2nd down for Brunswick.
And how do you replace a guy like Will Bessie? Well, right now they're doing a kind of running back by committee, letting different guys get a look, especially early in the season. You kind of want to see what you have. I know Devereaux kind of seems like the guy, but at the same time, maybe there's another guy out there that can also give him a spell or time or two. So see what you got here early in the season.
In motion, Garrett. Handoff to Devereaux, and again, right up the middle, big opening there created by that Dragon offensive line, and another 1st down for Brunswick.
That was pretty much the same play that he had the big gainer on just a couple of plays ago. That time, Hampden secondary reacted a little quicker there to minimize the gain, so to speak, but still a 1st down for the Dragons.
1st and 10, ball on the 12-yard line. We've got an equipment issue for the Broncos. While we have a second, we'll tell you the BDN Main Game of the Week brought to you in part by Bangor Savings Bank. For over 160 years, Bangor Savings Bank has been serving Maine people and communities with over 50 locations and 750 employees statewide. Bangor Savings Bank is committed to one simple promise: you matter more. All right, the equipment issue is behind us. Brunswick again on the 12-yard line. Here's the pitch to Garrett, working that right side. He's going to be tripped up over there by number 22 for Hampden. That's Cooper Bennett, senior for the Broncos.
Took that play a little wider after going off tackle with Devereaux on the play before. Good pursuit there by Cooper Bennett to limit that to about a 3-yard gain.
Ball inside the 10, at about the 8.5-yard line. And heading into the end zone with the touchdown, Ben Palizet. Palizet with the touchdown there for the Dragons. So in 3 minutes and 54 seconds into this ball game. The Dragons on the board, 6-0 Brunswick.
And that's what Brunswick hopes to do. Nothing fancy, methodical, ground and pound offense. And they start out the start of the Class B North season the way they ended it last year.
And they're going to go for 2 here. And Jensen will keep it himself. And he will get into the end zone.
And what's
2-point
amazing,
conversion there for the Dragons.
what's amazing about a team like Brunswick is that they're able to do that year after year. You know what's going to come, and yet teams still cannot stop it. You see it here with Hampden as they have a player down on the field after that 2-point conversion.
BDN Main Game of the Week, brought to you in part by Greenway Equipment. For the best in John Deere sales and service, it's Greenway Equipment with 2 locations in Bangor and Ellsworth. You can visit them at greenwayequipment.com, like them on Facebook. Greenway Equipment, nothing runs like a deer.
Connor Roy getting some help to get off the field, and he's
Favoring that right leg, not applying any pressure on that right leg as he comes off the field.
And talking to Coach Lauer before the game about who to watch for, first name he mentions was Connor Roy, so obviously that a very big loss for Hampden Academy right now.
Kickoff goes to Tyler Knights. He'll take it out to the 25. Knights, a senior wide receiver and a defensive back on defense. So the Broncos will have the football for the first time here in the 2016 season.
And the other guy that Coach Lauer mentioned right off the bat, he said he's excited about Griffin Nye. He's a captain as well, a senior tight end, number 35. He said, watch out for him. We try to be balanced, but he's the type of guy that can really do some damage out there.
Casey Sudbeck is the quarterback for the Broncos. And the first snap over his head heading towards the 5-yard line. Sudbeck will fall on the football at about the 3. And that snap, no chance there for Sudbeck, and he did a nice job tracking it down and keeping it out of the end zone.
Yeah, it's a tough play. There's probably a little nerves there on the part of the Broncos, but puts them deep in a hole as that play loses, more than 20 yards.
Smart by Sudbeck, though, to just land on it rather than trying to scoop it up and still make a play. At that point, you just got to make sure it stays out of the end zone.
One step at a time here. Think of how many snaps they've had in the preseason, and that's the first one that counted, and it didn't work out that well for the Broncos. Now the pitch goes to Johan Bradley, and he's not going to get out of the end zone. That'll be a safety for the Dragons. They'll pick up 2 more points. So a tough start for Hampden. Broncos offense struggling first with a snap that went over Sudbeck's head, took the football back to about the 3-yard line, and then the safety by the Dragons, and Fred Lauer, the coach for the Broncos, trying to keep his troops fired up down there.
Yeah, that play, they tried to go wide with the pitch, but good pursuit on the outside by the Brunswick defense, and no way that Bradley could make his way out of the end zone. There's Bradley with the ball, but just couldn't make the turn around the corner to get moving forward, and the tackle is made, and 2 points more for the Dragons to extend the lead to 8-0. Number 11 for Brunswick, Jackson Gordon, one of the players in on that tackle.
Here's the kickoff by the Broncos. Pretty good one to the 30 of Brunswick, but the return team for the Dragons doing their job, and this one could go all the way. Last gasp attempt there by the Broncos, tripping up. The return man is Andrew Jondro. Looks like Brunswick might take it all the way there. Who was that return man?
Hunter Garrett. Nice
20.
play by Hunter Garrett. Yeah, he looked like he was going to get tackled around midfield, and he kind of just stopped and juked to his left a little bit and bounced off a guy, and then all of a sudden he saw some open space and went with it.
58 yards on the return.
Yeah, Broncos definitely on their heels right now. Brunswick already with a 10-0 lead here with just under 7 minutes left to go in this first quarter, and a pass to the right corner of the end zone, perfectly thrown there by Jensen on the money, and hauling it in for the Dragons, number 12, Corbin Teal.
Corbin Teal, a veteran starter last year on the championship team there, and again Brunswick on the attack and playing aggressive football there, going with a first down pass after running the ball successfully during the first drive, and Teal got behind that defender in the right side of the end zone, and Teal a pretty big target as well. A nice throw by Christian Jensen, and Brunswick back on the scoreboard again.
Now the pitch, heading to the right side. Palizet, and he's going to be hit by a couple of Broncos. And the Dragons will be denied on a 2-point effort after scoring their second touchdown. So with 6:53 left to go here in the first quarter, already a 16-0 lead for Brunswick. Broncos on their heels, and Fred Lauer. This is going to be probably a common situation for the first-year coach. Is to, you're going to be doing a lot of teaching, but you've also got to keep the troops up. Teal has it teed up. Man, oh man, almost perfect conditions here tonight. I was worried about the wind, but really nothing to speak of here tonight.
Little red sky at night, sailor's delight action.
Couple of hops to the Broncos. Picking it up is Johan Bradley, and he'll be hauled down, and an official gets tripped up as well on that return.
Nice return on the play by Johan Bradley.
Bradley out of bounds at about the 32 or 33-yard line. It's closer to the 32.
Yeah, Bradley did a nice job there of making a decision to turn the corner. I mean, you can keep running side to side, but here he comes up the middle of the field and now cuts it out to his right, beats one defender, and then gets around the corner to pick up another 7 or 8 yards.
You see at the end there, the ref taking the fall. Luckily got right back up. He's good to go.
Snap is good this time to Sudbeck. Looking right, he has a receiver, and it's through the fingertips of Tyler Knights. Just a little high there by Knights. Or by Sudbeck, I should say, 2 Knights, who could not quite haul that one down. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for Hampden.
Because Casey Sudbeck, a real strong all-around athlete for the Hampden Academy Broncos, particularly so in the sport of baseball as a center fielder and a pitcher for McLean Pullman's club during the spring, and also for their senior legion program during the summer.
Sudbeck, the handoff to Bradley, and he is stuffed near the line. Actually a loss there for the Broncos.
And Sudbeck also playing on the Senior League World Series team, Coach Lauer informed me. So that's good for him as well to get that experience. Regardless of the sport, sometimes it's nice to get that leadership experience and just that game action and pressure experience. It can make a difference and really translate over between sports.
A loss of 3 brings up 3rd down and 13. Great to have you with us here for the BDN Maine Game of the Week. Jim Churchill, Ernie Clark, and Aaron Jackson. Sudbeck, the pitch, right side, Bradley, and a great read there by Devereaux as he was in the Bronco backfield. Down goes Bradley for another loss.
Yeah, that's just tough football there on the defensive side by Jesse Devereaux, playing linebacker, outside linebacker on defense, and he delivered a blow to the thigh, it looks like, and down went Bradley for a loss, and Broncos now forced to punt.
Devereaux reading that one all the way. Hampden in punt formation here. Snap is good. The kick is away. High kick towards midfield. And coming up on it to reel it in is Palizet, and he'll be taken down. Good coverage there by Hampden.
Mike LeBun on the tackle there, and no return on that punt by the Broncos. Is good coverage. Nice high kick by Sudbeck, about to midfield to the 48 of Brunswick, and there is LeBun warding off a tackler and then making the tackle himself, warding off a blocker, I should say.
BDN Maine Game of the Week brought to you in part by Tradewinds Markets. Be sure to check out their Crazy About Football contest, a chance to win a $50 gas card weekly, a couple of grand prize winners at the end of the NFL season. They're also going to have some great Sunday football specials at the Anchor Delis. Straight up the gut once again for the Dragons, close to first down yardage there.
Nice tackle on the play.
Approaching the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, just
Garrett again with a carry.
Garrett there some strong line play up front there, and really doesn't get touched until he's 5 yards downfield.
And with that punt return, going back to that with Mike Laban, I mean, just sometimes you got to take the little things, and in that case, it was a nice play made there. I'm sure Coach Lauer on the sideline said to him, "Good job, keep it up. Let's build some momentum off of that."
Little reverse here, and the carry, Palizé picking up good yardage. Little trickery there by the Dragons.
1st and 10, Dragons ball at the 33-yard line.
Keeping that Bronco defense reeling here in this first half. It's been a tough start for Hampden. 4:35 left to go in the first quarter, and a 16-0 Brunswick lead.
Coach Lauer saying before the game that they can kind of use this game as a measuring stick. And what he means by that is they've made progress, but how much progress have they made? They want to see that. So as much as a win or a loss in this one, sometimes it's about, hey, what did we make our progress on? The play by Laban being a good example of, hey, we made a nice play there, a nice tackle. Obviously not what you want to see there. But
flags everywhere down on the turf here at Hampden Academy. And it's going to be a false start on the Dragons.
The other thing is, in terms of Hampden, they may not face a better team the rest of the season than they're playing tonight. Again, Brunswick, the winner of the last two Class B North championships, defeated Brewer in last year's title game. The game was lopsided, but and actually Brewer had beaten Brunswick during the regular season, but that game wound up being lopsided 49-0. But if you remember, Logan Rogerson, the outstanding quarterback for Brewer, suffered a dislocated hip early in that game and had to leave the contest, and that left the Witches considerably undermanned. But then again, all the credit to Brunswick for finishing the job.
Oh, nice cut there by Palizé. He's heading to the right side, cut it back up the middle, and he's finally hauled down inside the 20-yard line by Knights. And the Dragons continue to pound away at that Hampden Academy defense as they march up the field here, working from north to south here in this first quarter, Ernie.
Yeah, you just see the quick feet there of Palizé as he kind of made a quick juke back to the inside to avoid a tackler not too far from the line of scrimmage, and from there it was just a free run, 19 yards on the gain.
Now it's Garrett working the left side. Hampden cannot bring him down. Finally, Garrett goes down around the 5-yard line. And again, you can just see the difference from a physical standpoint here as the Dragons are just pushing the Broncos all over this turf.
Yeah, that front line doing the job, and whoever's carrying the ball just is able to feed off that momentum of the guys in the trenches. And that time a 14-yard gain for Garrett as he moves the ball to about the 5-yard line, right? 14 yards on the gain.
First and 5 for Brunswick here. Looking for their third touchdown here of the first quarter. Already 16-0. Still 3:07 up on the clock here at Hampden Academy. Dragons meet the Broncos at the line. Jensen barking out the signals. The snap, the pitch, right side. Devereaux looks like he's got some space, cuts it back, and he is in for 6.
There was only, one Bronco on the entire right side of the field there. I mean, that was just, the Dragons just had their way with that when there was just tons of space for him to go.
Well, the Dragons, Brunswick, been so effective at running off tackle and running up the middle that you got to cheat your defense in and take your chances. And that time, Brunswick recognized that. The quick pitch from Jensen to Devereaux left him in a one-on-one situation that, again, with his forward momentum, he was going to win.
Dragon fans packed into the smaller bleachers on the opposite side of the field here. Impressive they brought their own flag runners here tonight.
Oh, yeah, I saw one down on the end zone. I think there might have been 2 or 3 of them, too. They were very impressive.
Got a couple of them. Again, the Dragons going for 2, and they'll pick it up.
I believe that was Aaron Gary, number 15 on that run. First rush of the night. The lead grows for Brunswick.
They tack on 2 more, 24-0 now. Brunswick with 2:44 left to go here in this first quarter.
Today's game brought to you by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car, find it at Quirk. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, I remember. Was it Logan Stewart playing for this team under Coach McCluskey, if I remember correctly, and they had some success here. And you certainly thought that the program was going up and up. Now, obviously, Stewart eventually graduated, moved on to Husson, and Coach McCluskey has since moved on as well. But certainly they had some success here. So, and there's certainly plenty of athletes at Hampden as well. I don't think there's any dispute about that based on their other sports success. It's just about finding that success in football.
Tyler Knights picking up the football, brings it out to about the 27, 28-yard line for the Broncos. That's where they'll get things underway. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Time Warner Cable. Fantasy football is alive and well on Time Warner Cable, Community Channel 9. Stay informed and up to date on your favorite teams and players with the nationally acclaimed Fantasy Huddle. Fridays at 4 p.m. and 9 p.m., Saturdays at 6:30 p.m., and Sundays at 11:30 a.m. only on Time Warner Cable Community. Broncos keep it on the ground. Short gain there for Hampden, if any. Maybe a yard.
Looked like a direct handoff to the halfback. Not certain.
Second down, and picked up maybe a half yard on that first carry. Second down, just over 9 yards to go here for Hampden. They need to, again, come up with some small victories in this. They need to pick up a first down here and keep the ball away from the Dragons for a while. And Sudbeck's going to keep it himself here. Tries to get around the right end. He does. Dances around one defender. Finally pushed out of bounds at the 41-yard line of Hampden Academy. And there's your first down, Aaron Jackson.
Yeah, nice play by Sudbeck there, showing the athleticism. You could tell that was a quarterback run from the get-go. He got that ball, and he was off to the races to the right. You see him there getting pushed out of bounds near his teammates, getting some congratulations, and the crowd really got into it after that play as well. Again, it's those little things. Just build some momentum, a first down, a nice play on a punt. Maybe you pick up 2 first downs here. You take those baby steps, and eventually you'll find success.
If you have the football, Brunswick can't score. Sudbeck back to pass. High arching pass. It's up for grabs, and it's going to be knocked down by Brunswick. Knights battling there with Jensen. And Jensen getting a hand up there, his right hand on that football, and knocked it free to the turf.
Yeah, that ball stayed up in the air a long time, and it allowed not only the defender guarding Knights to get in position, but for him to get some help as well.
Yeah, I think Sudbeck wanted to air the ball out, but perhaps not that much. That ball is essentially like a punt. I mean, you're giving a couple of defensive players plenty of time to try to get up under that one.
1:48 left to go here in the first quarter. Sudbeck again with the keeper. And he'll gain about 2. And we've got a flag flying in. And we're going to get a personal foul against Brunswick. Maybe a late hit, Ernie?
Yeah, or a helmet-to-helmet blow maybe, too. There's Sudbeck, and hard to tell there, but...
Oh, after the play there was a couple of pushes, yeah.
Yeah, somebody shoved one of the Hampden players there late, and so that's 15, I believe, onto the 3-yard gain. So Hampden now moving into Brunswick territory.
Sudbeck working the left side, gets around one Brunswick defender, and he'll pick up 3 or 4 yards. Good job there by Sudbeck.
Yeah, good block on the corner there, too, by number 24, Marcus Dunn, that sprung Sudbeck and enabled him to turn the corner as he gets inside the 40 there. The contact, and Sudbeck diving inside the 40, and it's seemed like it was more of a gain than 3 yards, but that's what he got out of it.
A lot of side-to-side running there, but you're right about the nice block by Dunn coming out of the backfield there to make the nice block.
Broncos in the spread once again. Here's a little screen pass, and it's going to be picked off. Ill-advised there by Casey Sudbeck. And waiting for the football in the passing lane, so to speak, number 15, Aaron Gary for the Dragons.
Yeah, and you can see Sudbeck there. He saw the pressure come right up the middle. Two guys coming at him. He just said, I got to get rid of this thing as fast as possible. I don't even know if he looked to see where that ball was going. There were a couple of defenders right there just waiting for that thing. They certainly had better position than any Broncos did.
Yeah, it wasn't a screen pass. It was a pass out into the right flat. Perhaps it should have been a screen pass because the on-rushing defenders of Brunswick made Sudbeck hurry, as you said, and kind of threw it out there, hoping that one of his teammates would be able to make the catch, and there was nobody there.
Good look right there at the line and that Dragon offense. Devereaux up the middle, just shy of another first down for Brunswick.
And if you're Coach Lauer, those are the things you want to avoid. You had some success, you're building momentum. On a play like that, you just make sure you can throw that ball to a place where no one's going to catch it. You don't try to do too much and play hero football there. You got two guys coming at you, you just try to get rid of that thing in a place where no one can get it.
Hampden having some success running towards the sidelines there. Are you a little surprised they've been throwing the ball as much as they have here in this first quarter?
Well, I mean, they've thrown it 3 times, and you've got to try to diversify your offense a little bit and get your playmakers in space. And
Garrett breaking a tackle for Brunswick. He'll pick up the first down and more all the way down to the Bronco 41-yard line.
And that will likely do it here for the first quarter as they get the chains all set. 0.7 seconds here left to go. A first quarter I'm guessing the Hampden Broncos would probably like to forget.
24-0. Brunswick will take a timeout. Back with second quarter action. After this is the BDN Maine Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm looking for the perfect match. I need someone who's good with kids. I could definitely use a helping hand. I just want someone who really gets me. Hi, I'm Sharon. Nice to meet you.
It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
What do you get when you combine pure diesel power with 1,600 pounds of raw iron and steel? Meet the 2R series from John Deere. Up to 32 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, cruise control, and a 6-year powertrain warranty that's best in its class. This rugged workhorse won't make your breakfast, but with quick attach features, you can do pretty much anything else. Ride one today at your John Deere dealer.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
You deserve a clean car. Let Dean's take care of the details. Dean's Detailing has been Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Let the pros at Dean's renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. For interior detailing, exterior detailing, and complete detailing packages, call Dean's at 945-3016 or book your appointment online at deansdetailing.com. Dean's gift cards are always the perfect gift for the holidays. Dean's Detailing. We make used look like new.
Tradewinds is pumped up to fight cancer. Tradewinds donates 1 cent for every gallon of gas sold to support cancer care patients, helping your neighbors in need.
I was coming 5 days a week for chemo and radiation. My husband was diagnosed a month after I was. The gas cards were a lifesaver. You know, without them, there's just no way we could have done the treatment. There's just no way.
Thanks for joining Tradewinds in this initiative. Get pumped up to fight cancer at Tradewinds.
Since 2006, we've offered free ATMs worldwide to our customers, saving them over $16 million. Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more.
Jim Churchill, Sportsnet Maine, Ernie Clark from the Bangor Daily News, Aaron Jackson from Sportsnet Maine as well with you tonight from Hampden Academy. A beautiful night, opening night of the high school football season. And Brunswick, an impressive first quarter here in Hampden. They lead it 24-0. And we are underway. And it's going to be Jensen. He's got some room to roam. He's inside the 20. He's inside the 10. He is in the end zone. Touchdown, Dragons.
What a cutback. What a nice play there. He had a couple of nice blocks at the beginning, and then that one cutback move goes to the right and just straight into the end zone. Absolutely beautiful run.
Those flag runners for Brunswick are going to be worn out here in this first half. They have more yardage than Devereaux does in this first half.
I'll be joining the cross-country team here, the way things are going for their side. Christian Jensen, older brother Jared Jensen. I've spent the whole first quarter trying to think of who it was. Jared Jensen was a player that a few years ago on an opening night against Bangor over at Hassan University ran for well over 300 yards and 5 touchdowns.
I remember that game well.
Yeah, he was Jared Jensen was a great wrestler, state championship wrestler, and this is his younger brother, Christian, who seems to have the same genes in terms of running.
Christian goes to the air, wide open in the end zone is Corbin Teal, and tack on 2 more for Brunswick. And right now, no answer coming from Hampden Academy. It's 32-0 here. We are just beginning the second quarter.
Good news for them, though, they do have candy on the sidelines. The cheerleaders between quarters always throwing the candy out to the crowd. I'm guessing they can give some of the players a little bit of it, too. Maybe that's the boost they need.
Coming up next Friday night, we will be in Brewer with the BDN Main Game of the Week as the Mount Blue Cougars head to Doyle Fields. Could be a good matchup, Ernie.
Yeah, absolutely. Brewer, of course, has high expectations after reaching the Class B North final last year. And they lost to this Brunswick team. And Mount Blue, always a team to be reckoned with. State champion back in 2012, I believe, and always a competitive unit from deep in the heart of Franklin County. So that should be a real interesting matchup in week 2.
You talk about size. I was driving by Doyle Field and Brewer several days ago and had to do a double take as the Witches were working out on the field, and they have some big bodies on that roster.
Yeah, that's we talk about ground and pound with Brunswick, and that's what Brewer does as well.
Another bounder by the Dragons on the kickoff, picked up by Johan Bradley, and he'll bring it up to the 33-yard line.
They'll mark it 1st and 10 Hampden.
11:38 left to go here in this first half.
Ball at the 34-yard line.
Say Brunswick, we talk about that ground and pound as you see the kickoff as, I don't know if his knee was down. It was almost down. The play would have ended there, but some good work by Johan Bradley to get 10 yards out of that return.
Bradley has demonstrated some pretty good running ability here in this first half.
Yeah, he has, but it's been mostly Brunswick doing the running. 131 yards in the first quarter, and then a 41-yard jaunt by Jensen to open the second period.
Sudbeck will take it himself. He's just shy of first down yardage. Takes it all the way out to about the 42-yard line.
And we saw them, they had success running Sudbeck directly after the snap, that last possession before the interception. It seems like they should go back to that because it has been what they've found success at so far. Now the problem, of course, is that you're subjecting your quarterback to maybe a little bit more in terms of physicality than you'd really like.
The presenting sponsor for the BDN Main Game of the Week, Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. Sudbeck going to the air, over the middle, and the pass is going to be incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
As intended for number 35 for the Broncos, Griffin Nye. Tight end for Hampden Academy.
Actually, it wasn't a bad pass. Thrown between defenders to where only the receiver could have a chance at making the catch, but just a couple inches too low and skipped into the receiver's hand.
Better that, I should say, than tossing it up for anybody out there. Here's Sudbeck again, pounding his way for first down.
Picks up the first down.
Out to the 47.
I think they may have found something there. I mean, they keep going to it and it keeps working. Just keep doing it. Keep running Sudbeck as much as you can and hope that maybe you can find some momentum there. And if nothing else, you'll find some for future games. Now you know what you have. And Sudbeck, a guy that can clearly move the football, move the chains with his feet.
Well, and you give the defense something they have to think about. And by doing that, maybe the concentration on Sudbeck at some point allows somebody else to get open.
Great job there by Brunswick in the backfield. Quick as a cat there, number 70 for Brunswick, making the tackle there, Garrett Compton, senior for the Dragons.
Defensive end showing some pretty good quickness to the ball on that play as Bradley had no chance to even get the run started. And
great job by Bradley there just to hold on to the football.
I was going to say that, yeah.
There you go.
Lucky they were even able to get that handoff off the way he was in the backfield that quickly.
Snap and the handoff. And beyond midfield, knocked out of bounds there, number 22, Cooper Bennett. Taking a hit on that right side, but bouncing right back up.
Flag on the play. I wonder where that is. Could
Looks like
be
it's going to go against Brunswick.
Late hit, out of bounds, perhaps.
It's on. It looks like it's near the down marker, so it's a little bit further back in the play, perhaps.
It's a little pushing.
It's unsportsmanlike conduct against the Brunswick Dragons, and so I think it was a late hit, and so you got a pretty good gain there by Bennett, and now 15 more yards tacked on, and a first down as Hampden makes its deepest penetration into Brunswick territory.
And that's the second penalty of that kind that we've seen from Brunswick. I'm guessing that Coach Cooper isn't very happy about his team continuing to play that far after the whistle, whether it be in this game or others. Those are penalties you just can't stand.
No, that's certainly a coaching tool for Dan Cooper at halftime for the Brunswick Dragons. And there was an 8-yard run by Bennett, followed by the 15-yard penalty, and the ball's at the 35.
They have 11 assistant coaches listed here on the roster under Dan Cooper, the head coach. There's Sudbeck. I was guessing he was going to get the football here, and he'll eventually pick up a couple of yards. Flag comes in.
Yeah, that
could
might
be a hold.
Yeah.
And it is.
I think my name is actually under there for assistant coach somewhere if we look hard enough.
Maybe not. There you are.
What are you in charge of?
Water. I'm the water boy, the assistant water boy coach. That is quite the staff, though, for a high school team, because, of course, in the state of Maine, you can only pay so many assistant coaches. What is it, 2 or 3, right?
Right.
And then after that, it's all got to be volunteers. It speaks to the level of talent and the level of commitment to this program that you're able to add so many assistants in addition to the coaches you have on staff.
And I would add that the size of the assistant coaching staff often is directly proportional to the success of the program. More and more people want to get involved when you're winning, and
winning begets more good players, and winning begets more coaches. Here's a pass downfield and a chance there. A little collision. There will be no penalty called there on Jensen as Tyler Knight's trying to get around him and get into the end zone, but the pass incomplete. Good effort there by Sudbeck.
I'm actually a little surprised that there wasn't anything there. There was definitely some contact around the 10-yard line or so. Maybe the refs thought that ball was uncatchable, but certainly it looked like there was some contact there from the defensive back on the receiver.
And but you see the arm that Casey Sudbeck has. We talk about him being a pitcher and a center fielder in baseball, and there's an arm, no arc on that one. That's a straight shot down the field. So if you can find some speed to get outside, you're going to have some success with those kind of passes at some point this season.
Sudbeck pitches to Marcus Dunn, a junior running back. No room to run there for Dunn. He'll lose a few yards.
That's another instance there of the Dragons. I mean, they almost managed to tip that ball there on the toss. They were very close in the backfield almost instantly after that ball is snapped. It's incredible what they're able to do out there and how fast you see it right there. I mean, he almost got a hold of that ball on the toss.
It's going to bring up 4th down and about 13. Broncos will go for it. 8:35 left to go here in the first half. Broncos trail at 32-0. Sudbeck back to pass across the middle. Nice defensive play there. Is Garrett Compton, the defensive end, dropping back into pass coverage. Got a hand on that one.
Yeah, pretty good series for Garrett Compton. Then he was the one that stuck Bradley a moment ago for a loss in the backfield, defending the run, and that time getting back 15 yards beyond the line of scrimmage to tip that ball away. He's pretty rangy defensive end to be that far downfield playing pass defense, but nice job there as Brunswick forces Hampden to turn the ball over on downs.
And again, without the great reach in there by Compton, just got his fingertips on that football. That pass from Sudbeck, I believe, would have been on the money.
That's the second time, too, that they've targeted Griffin Nye, and they've had an opportunity to make a play with him. We mentioned at the beginning of the game, he's certainly a guy to watch for. Their tight end for the Broncos is a nice play here, but a flag on the field.
Flag on the play. Here goes Garrett. He's heading towards the end zone inside the 20, the 10, the 5. He's in the end zone, but let's see.
I think we're
Well,
going to
they
have
wave
a
off
hold.
the touchdown.
Yeah,
Flag came in early.
I think we're going to have a hold there in the backfield right after the handoff.
Now, number 12, Corbin Teal, is standing right by the flag.
Going to go against Brunswick.
And I didn't see
Bring it
the
all the way back.
official signal, but he's coming back. Double handoff there, double little pitch to change a direction play, and number 20 for Brunswick, Hunter Garrett, got a workout in running that ball 62 yards to the end zone, but it's all for naught.
So the penalty will take the ball back to the 34 of the Dragons. Going to be 1st and 15.
And that flag hit the field, what, a second after the play started, so it was a pretty quick one.
Ball at the 34-yard line.
All for naught for Hunter Garrett. He ran about 60 yards, got to the end zone, but it all comes back. And the Dragons will go at it again, leading at 32-0, 8:16 on the clock here at Hampden Academy.
It's a good thing I'm not their running back. If that was me running the end zone like that, I'd need about a quarter off after that. He doesn't need any
Here's
time.
Palizé, and he's got a wide open field, 10-5, touchdown, another one for the Dragons. And they have upped their lead to 38-0. Not much resistance right there from the Bronco defense.
They just got the penalty so they can get some more yards for the running back there. That was quite the play. Another, I mean, the holes that they're creating on this offensive line, that's where it all starts. You can see it here. Again, the double handoff and just the block there by the quarterback knocks a guy down, and then it's just empty field after that. A great play, by the way, by number 7, Jesse Devereaux, excuse me, not the quarterback, but one of the running backs to pancake block a guy right there that was in the way.
And you see a lot of that out of the wing tee, those kind of offenses there, that quick misdirection, and really the first time we've seen it is on the last 2 plays, and essentially both of them went to the end zone. Palizé's run of 66 yards being the one that counts.
Dragons go for 2 again, loose football, and the Broncos will fall on it. So Brunswick denied in this 2-point attempt. And that'll keep the score at 38-0. Yeah, Brunswick, multi-faceted teamer. We've talked about the physicality of the Dragons. A lot of weapons on that offense also.
Good play by C.J. Upham of Hampden to strip the ball on that extra point attempt by the Dragons. But yes, absolutely. We're seeing it. We're seeing contributions from a lot of different players from Brunswick, both offensively and defense. It's not just one running back, not just one defender, linebacker making all the tackles, but a complete team effort. And that's, again, another element of a good program. You suffer your graduation losses, but you have guys, new players, ready to fill in. And boy, I don't know that Brunswick could be much more impressive looking than they have so far here during the first, 12, 16 minutes of play.
We're at Hampden Academy here tonight for this opening night football game between the Brunswick Dragons and the Hampden Academy Broncos. The presenting sponsor of the BDN Game of the Week, the BDN Main Game of the Week, is Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. Johan Bradley on the return, shifting his way up the middle of the field, and he'll get it over the 30-yard line. Once again, Johan Bradley
26 yards
demonstrating some excellent running ability out there for the Broncos.
Yeah, running hard. Good pursuit by the special teams for Brunswick, though, to limit that to turned out to be about a 20-yard return by Bradley.
Broncos at the 31-yard line.
1st and 10 for Hampden Academy from the 31-yard line. Sudbeck from the shotgun, fumbles the football and tries to pick it up and run with it. The ball is loose, and I believe Brunswick is going to come away with this football, and they do.
And Brunswick fell.
And you saw it earlier in the game when the ball went over his head. He made the smart play and just dove on it. This time around, tries to pick it up with his hands instead of just diving on that ball, and you see what happens. It squirts out. Once ball's on the ground, you know what an offensive and defensive lineman are going to do. They're just going to fall and hope they land on it, and that's what happens, and the ball gets kicked off to the side, and the Dragons come away with it.
Yep, Sam Dorval, number 31, with a fumble recovery, and Brunswick back in business inside the 30-yard line of the Hampden Academy Broncos here with still 7:48 left before halftime.
And we've got a timeout on the field.
For over 160 years, Bangor Savings Bank has been serving Maine people and communities with over 50 locations and 750 employees statewide. Bangor Savings Bank is committed to one simple promise: you matter more. Seems like a very slow-moving game. We're approaching here a little after 7:50, and we're still 7 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Did they reverse that clock? I swore I looked up at it.
No.
7:48.
A lot of scoring.
First half.
A lot of scoring.
When one team puts 38 points on the board, that is going to create a lot of time that is not running time.
After the timeout, Brunswick back on the field. And they've got a new quarterback,
Flag on the play.
Nate Giardin.
Just a sophomore, Nate Giardin. He seems the backup quarterback for this team, getting some playing time here, and I'm guessing the Dragons are going to start to do that, kind of phase out their ones to put in their twos and treat this as a learning experience for those players that are a little bit younger, so that they'll be ready when they're juniors and seniors as well.
Yeah, the entire backfield is new for the Dragons.
Behind Giardin is Dalton Dickey. Dickey, a junior. And he's going to get the football, and he'll take it down close to the 20-yard line, to about the 21. Picks up a few yards there. There's an offsides on the Broncos just prior to that.
The 21-yard line.
It'll be 2nd down and 4 for Brunswick. Giardin to the line, barking out the signal, hands it off. Working that left side is Dickey. Dickey cutting it back to the middle. Found some open space there, finally taken down near the 5-yard line.
Beautiful tackle on the play by Mike Laban.
That's a good job of reading the field there. There's apparently another flag on the field. Yep.
Coach Cooper is not going to, I mean, his team is up 38-0, potentially more by the time we get to halftime, but I'm guessing he's not going to be overly happy with his team with the amount of penalties that they've had here in this first half. When you have a lead like this, you can get away with those, but against another team perhaps like a Brewer, those penalties can really come back to bite you.
Yeah, although now you're looking at a second unit committing its first penalty here, so he has some ammunition for both of his lineups along that line. Pretty hard to argue with Brunswick's success outside of a couple of late hit penalty type situations that they were in, as they were able to move the ball at will with that first unit.
Giardin pitches it. Seth White with the football, and take it down to about the 35.
Big hit.
Giardin rolls to the right, short pass, reeled in, and taking it down to the 15-yard line. And that is Dalton Dickey, junior running back, listed as a quarterback in the program we have here.
He's going to find himself getting a lot of playing time because just that pass reception out of the backfield, as well as that cutback on the long run that was taken away because of a penalty. He's shown some pretty good flashes of talent out there.
1st and 10 from the 15. Inside handoff, taking it for about 3 yards is Seth White.
Bradley on the tackle.
And this time invaluable for these sophomores, freshmen, juniors playing for Brunswick, because eventually, as we said, they will be the seniors on this team, the guys that lead the way. To get this in-game experience against another team's starters, very important for them.
Well, and if you're Hampden, you just keep playing your players at this point, try to get them some experience on the field, whether it's first team or second team.
Giardin, the give to Dickey. Dickey pounds his way for another 3 or 4 yards.
Griffin 9.
Taken down at the 10-yard line.
And Garrett White in on the stop.
And it'll be 3rd down and about 4 for the Dragons.
Gain of 2, 3rd down 5. Ball at the 10.
Both coaching staffs, the majority of them, wearing shorts tonight. We'll see if they're see what they're wearing a couple months from now.
Well, there'll be at least
final game.
There'll be at least one coach on most teams that are still wearing shorts in November.
There's always that one crazy coach.
Dalton Dickey, the intended receiver.
I will say this, though. I
4th
was
down.
talking earlier about the fact that the beginning of the year for football season, you kind of go out with the polos on, and it's still summer, or at least it feels a little bit like summer. By like week 3, you want to have the winter coat out and ready for these games because it gets cold fast. In fact, I'm wearing the short sleeve shirt, and I'm regretting it a little bit now. It's getting a little chilly out here.
Temperature tonight supposed to get it down around 50. Now the Dragons going for it on 4th and 5. Girardin, the pitch to Dickey. Dickey cutting, weaving, scampering his way down to
Nice tackle on
about
the
the
play.
5-yard line.
Close
Wasn't
to a
enough.
first down.
Andrew Gendro.
Looks like it might be.
I
shouldn't depend upon my eyes. Might be a little shy.
It looks like they might be trying to measure this, perhaps, or are they going to just call it?
It doesn't have to get quite to the 5, it looks like. And he's not quite to the 5, so it's going to be
okay, Eagle Eye.
very close. I say get the credit card out.
First down, Broncos.
All right.
Nope.
First down. Broncos.
I'm
as
surprised
they
they
did not
didn't get the
first
measurement
down.
there.
I feel better about my glasses now.
Yeah,
I
well.
don't think he got it.
So again, it's the little things for the Broncos sometimes. Yes, you're down 38-0, but at the same time, you just made a goal line stand. That's something. Build off that. See what you can do next time. Find out what was successful that time through.
All right, Broncos 1st and 10. We are down to 4:25 left to go here in this first half. This is the BDN Main Game of the Week. Jim Churchill, Ernie Clark, Aaron Jackson, and the give here, straight up the middle. What was that with the football? Number
Sudbeck.
46.
Sudbeck, the keeper.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Gain of 6, second
Who's
down,
Eagle Eyes
4.
now?
Yeah.
From our broadcast position here at
Darker
50-yard
on
line
that
or
end.
so.
Is that what it is?
That's
You want a
what it is.
flashlight, Jim?
I will say that's the case for a lot of fields in the state of Maine as you get towards that end zone. And
Sudbeck back to pass. Knights, the intended receiver. He's got it. Knights to the 40, heading to the 30, coming from behind for Brunswick, trying to get to Knights. Will he get there in time? Let's see what the call is. It's a touchdown for Hampden Academy.
And watch right here the way that Casey Sudbeck stays in the pocket because he gets absolutely leveled after he releases that ball. You see him coming in, look at that. He barely got that ball off and he is on the ground. What a play by Sudbeck to stay in there for that final second and wait just a little bit longer.
88 yards to Tyler Knights, and finally the Bronco fans have something to cheer about. 38-6 Brunswick.
Yeah, a little bit of a gamble there by the defensive back, one-on-one against Knights, and Knights was able to cut inside, and once he did, it was just a matter of whether he had enough in the gas tank to get to the end zone. Was it Corbin Teal, 12, that tried to chase him down?
I believe it was Seth White
Okay.
trying to track him
Yep,
down.
17. And did a good job. I mean, he showed some serious closing speed, but Knights able to get to the end zone and Hampden on the board.
Broncos going for 2, and they will be denied. Sudbeck taking it himself, but comes up shy. Broncos, the long touchdown pass, a little bit of momentum here.
And let's not forget, too, that pass came directly off of a goal line stand by the Broncos, so they've put a few plays back to back to back here, certainly building some momentum.
Jandro, the kickoff, pretty good one. Return up to the 25-yard line. I believe that was Dickey with the return there. Again, next week we'll be in Brewer, Mount Blue, against the Brewer Witches here on the BDN Main Game of the Week.
I'm not quite sure what to make of the Witches yet, Ernie. Maybe you can fill us in a little bit about this team.
I think they have a chance to have a very good season. It's going to be different. They're not going to rely on their quarterback to make so much happen. They're going to use the strength and size of their offensive line and the strength and the size of their running backs and just kind of try to out-physical teams.
BDN Main Game of the Week brought to you in part by Time Warner Cable. Watch your magazine on Time Warner Cable, Community Channel 9, every day at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., 7:30 p.m., and 11 p.m. Learn about people, places, and events in the local area, as well as what is happening nationally in the news and in the areas of medicine, entertainment, finance, and travel. Only on Time Warner Cable, Community Channel 9.
I'm smelling donuts. That's kind
of a lot of things behind us at the concession stand.
I can't believe they're smelling cooking donuts.
No, I think, Doughboys, yeah.
Yeah, Doughboys.
They're making some Doughboys.
Yeah, that's
back
what
there.
I'm smelling.
Yep.
Jackson had a grilled cheese earlier.
I know, they came over and delivered me a grilled cheese.
Yeah, I heard there was a catered meal here tonight, but
yeah, that was a rumor spread by one of our cameramen.
The catered meal is the candy. If you can see the, I guess you can't see it on the camera there, but the cheerleaders again throwing candy and shirts into the crowd.
Geez, I hope I can get one up here. I haven't eaten since noontime.
Seth White, a couple of yards. 2nd and 8 now for the Dragons. Ball on their 27-yard line. I'm a little hungry myself.
Should have had a grilled cheese, Jim. It was delicious.
Trouble once again for the Broncos. Long run for Brunswick across midfield. And that'll be a first down and more as the carry there.
Nick Munn.
Nick Munn.
Off that wing tee, off to his left. Just a slight cutback, but following his blockers really well into Hampden territory. 25 yards on that gain for Munn, who is sophomore.
Valuable playing time for many of the younger players on this Brunswick team. Another good first down pickup there for the Dragons. Carry that time by number 36, Donald Bromley.
Tommy Ray in on that stop.
This
Dave Hagan, the PA announcer here at Hampden Academy, focuses on the positive.
He's doing a good job
for the Broncos.
Doing a very good job. I say this wing tee, not a ton of teams run it, and it's a difficult offense to prepare for as a defensive team because of the misdirection and the change of direction. And Hampden's obviously had some struggles with that so far here tonight.
A little bit of everything there by Girardin.
was it Skowhegan a few years back that used to run the wing tee quite a bit?
Skowhegan has, Mesolonsky has in recent years, but Skowhegan I think got to a regional championship game running the wing tee under Mike Marston, the former head coach.
Now he's at Winslow, correct?
He's an assistant at Winslow.
Yeah.
3rd and 1 for Brunswick.
Winslow, of course, having plenty of success here over the last few years, for sure.
And the pitch, right side. That's going to be a first down for Brunswick. And plowing over number 22, Cooper Bennett.
Another nice open field tackle.
Is number 17, Seth White once again.
With 1:20 left here, if you're the Broncos, it's okay if they get 5-10 yards a carry. Just make sure they get it. They don't get it into the end zone here. Bend but don't break is the way to go, I think.
Approaching the 1 minute mark here in this first half. Girardin pitches left. Once again, it's Seth White, gets around the end. He's got a first down. He's looking for the end zone, but he'll come up short, run out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Rifles him down to the ground.
Tyler Knights, as you heard, rifling him.
Rifling.
I don't know exactly what that entails, rifling someone to the ground, but he certainly did so. And really, he probably saved a touchdown right there because it appeared as if the running back was about to be gone.
A good block on the corner by Donald Bromley to spring wide open for that gain of about 20.
Ball on the 9-yard line. Brunswick looking for more. They lead at 38-6. Girardin gives to Dickey. Dickey leaves his way for a few yards.
Let me inside the 5 and about the 4, in between the 4 and the 5.
Again, Hampden here, time ticking, 30 seconds left. You just want to make sure they don't score here. Just keep building that momentum.
Girardin this time goes to number 33, and waltzing into the end zone is Nick Munn, the sophomore. Tall running back there for the Dragons, picks up another touchdown, and the Dragons are into the 40s. It's now 44-6.
Not a whole lot of opposition there for Munn. He had a player in the backfield he had to step around. Once he did that, it was just clear sailing right up the middle for the touchdown.
So the Broncos had some momentum. They had the defensive stand prior to the long touchdown pass from Sudback to Knights, 88 yards, but Brunswick comes right back, and they're going to add 2 more, as into the end zone is Seth White. And again, right now, not a lot of resistance from the Bronco defense. They had that one stand, but it's been a lot of open fields for these Dragon running backs, and it's now 46-6.
Brunswick, the standard in Class B North for the last 2 years, and looks like they'll certainly be a tough out for even the best of opponents in the division this year. Teams that are hoping to end the Dragons' reign. Brewer, excuse me, we already talked about, who played the Dragons in the regional final last year. Skowhegan got to the semifinals last year and lost a great game, last-minute loss to Brewer in the semifinals. I think we have Skowhegan and Brewer playing each other on our schedule coming up. That'll be an exciting game. Skowhegan was one of the better quarterbacks in the state, and Garrett McSweeney, and they run the spread offense, quite in contrast to what Brewer runs with the more of the ground and pound approach, but a good contrast in styles. Be interesting to see how that works out. And then you have the traditional powers like Lawrence of Fairfield and Mount Blue of Farmington, and Mesalonsky from Oakland's been a consistent playoff team in recent years. So there'll be plenty of competition in this league before the season is done.
Short kickoff there by Nick Munn.
Mike Laban, what a job.
And Mike Laban
Brings it into Brunswick territory.
picking it up and powering his way over midfield. Just 14.3 seconds up on the clock here at Hampden Academy, but the Broncos maybe time for a couple of plays to end this first half.
You've got a shot now to go downfield, go for the end zone. We know that Casey Sudbeck has a strong arm, as he showed earlier in the half, and whether it's one play or two, a chance to threaten to put another one on the board here before the break.
Coming up in the Tradewinds Markets halftime report, Ernie will have some first half stats. We'll give you some highlights from this very impressive first half for Brunswick as well. Timeout here for the Dragons.
So you're telling me I have to do some arithmetic, huh?
Gotta do some cipher in there,
all right.
Ernesto.
3 plus naught is 3 for the Jethro Bodine fans in the audience. I have that one down.
You mentioned Skowhegan and Brewer. That's game number 3 on our schedule. It's week number 4 in the high school football season. Friday, September 23rd. Aaron mentioned Winslow earlier. They're on our broadcast schedule as well. Friday, October 7th, they'll be at Foxcroft.
Noble Warriors of the Piscataquis trying to see what they can do against the 2-time defending Class C state champions. Winslow entering its season opener on Saturday of this week against Belfast, riding a 22-game win streak. Mike Savitsky's club has been to 4 consecutive state championship games. Lost in 2012 and 2013, and then winning each of the last 2 years.
In convincing fashion, too.
Absolutely.
Snap back to Sudbeck, gives it off to Cooper Bennett. Bennett will get out of bounds with 7.5 seconds. Nice run there by Bennett to the 35 of Brunswick. Now, Casey Sudbeck may show off that arm. Try to get in the end zone here.
Nice block here on the corner by Tyler Knights. Took out 2 defenders, and that enabled Bennett to get to the corner and get 12-yard gain to the 35.
Good look at the turf here at Hampden Academy and the fans from Brunswick across the way. Sudbeck fakes the handoff, now goes down the middle of the field, and that ball's going to be knocked down, and there'll still be 1.3 seconds up on the clock. Pass intended there for Griffin Nye.
One more chance at it here, 1.3 seconds left, probably another Hail Mary coming up as you see this last pass. Sudbeck, really some great arm strength there. Just a couple of defenders in the way there. I'm not sure Nye was quite ready for that one either, as he didn't seem to make a whole lot of an attempt to go after it until after the ball was already tipped.
Yeah, it was overthrown a little bit there by Sudbeck down the middle, and good play by Tyler Netto to deflect it, to erase any doubt that it was going to be caught.
Now this pass goes to Nye. Nye cuts it back, and he'll finally be taken down. And that'll do it for the first half here at Hampden Academy. It was a good one for the Brunswick Dragons. They lead the Broncos of Hampden Academy by a score of 46-6. Coming up is the Tradewinds Markets halftime report. We'll have highlights, statistics, and maybe some scores, some first half scores in high school football. This is the BDN Maine Game of the Week.
Since 2006, we've offered free ATMs worldwide to our customers, saving them over $16 million. Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more.
Hi, I'm Jim. I guess I'm just looking for the ideal partner. I love being out in the wild. I want someone who gets along with my friends, someone I can really connect with. Hi, I'm Jim. Nice to meet you.
It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
Tradewinds is pumped up to fight cancer. Tradewinds donates 1 cent for every gallon of gas sold to support cancer care patients, helping your neighbors in need.
I was coming 5 days a week for chemo and radiation. My husband was diagnosed a month after I was. The gas cards were a lifesaver. You know, without them, there's just no way we could have done the treatment. There's just no way.
Thanks for joining Tradewinds in this initiative. Get pumped up to fight cancer at Tradewinds.
Choosing the right school for driver's ed has never been more important. Northeast Auto and Cycle School has been the leader in driver training since 1969. Greater Bangor's #1 team of instructors are experienced, professional, and caring. Northeast offers a variety of weekday and weekend courses. Call 942-1769 or sign up at northeastautocycle.com.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
BangorDailyNews.com. We bring Maine together.
Welcome back to Hampden Academy. It is time for the Tradewinds Market halftime report. Again, don't forget the Tradewinds Market's Crazy About Football contest, a chance to win a $50 gas card each and every week of the Patriots 2016 season. There will be 2 grand prize winners at the end of the year for 2 $250 gas cards. And don't forget the great Anchor Deli Sunday football specials. Jackson, you'll like the sound of this. 50-cent buffalo wings and a $6.99 16-inch family-sized pizza at Anchor Deli at your Tradewinds Markets.
That's my kind of food. I am a big fan of wings. 50 cents, that's a good deal.
All right, we're going to get to some first half highlights in the next segment of the Tradewinds Markets halftime report. Right now, let's give you some halftime scores here. Mount Blue in a tight one against Coney. The Cougars, who are on our schedule next week at Brewer, they lead it by 1, 22-21 the score at the half. Just shy of the half, John Baps and Herman in a tight one. The Crusaders leading at 14-12. Bangor struggling in their season opener at Edward Little. The score we had almost at halftime, 18-0 for the Red Eddies. Bucksport all over Washington Academy, 27-0. And MDI leading Foxcroft at the half by a score of 21-0. Ernie Clark from BDN Maine, the Bangor Daily News. You got some first half numbers for us?
Yeah, I think the biggest number out there is Brunswick.
The score?
Yeah, well, the score for sure. Says the master of the obvious, but
let's hear some rushing stats. That's what you're going to hit us with, I think.
Yeah.
I can hear it coming.
339 rushing yards for the Brunswick Dragons, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different ball carriers contributing to that. Palazé with 97 yards on 4 carries. Jesse Devereaux, 56 yards on 5 first quarter carries to lead the way, and Christian Jensen, 3 carries for 48 yards, including a 41-yard touchdown to lead the way for Brunswick. Brunswick just with 2 pass completions for a total of 23 yards, so 339 and 23, 362 yards of total offense for the Dragons. For the Hampden Academy Broncos, just 2 pass completions by Casey Sudbeck, but one went for 88 yards to Tyler Knights for the touchdown, and another for 20 yards, so 108 yards through the air for Hampden, but just 8 yards rushing for the Broncos. I mean, right now it's just a situation where this is a game with 2 programs in 2 quite different places, and it's up to the Broncos to kind of, as we say, you can't do it all at once, but gradually kind of find the positive things that you get here in the first half, and they've had some, particularly in the second quarter, started to see some light there, and try to build upon those things as they come out here for the second half in a few minutes.
All right, our halftime score, Brunswick 46, Hampden 6. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll have some highlights from a very eventful first half here at Hampden Academy. This is the BDN Maine Game of the Week.
BangorDailyNews.com. We bring Maine together.
Tradewinds is pumped up to fight cancer. Tradewinds donates 1 cent for every gallon of gas sold to support cancer care patients, helping your neighbors in need.
I was coming 5 days a week for chemo and radiation. My husband was diagnosed a month after I was. The gas cards were a lifesaver. Without them, there's just no way we could have done the treatment. There's just no way.
Thanks for joining Tradewinds in this initiative. Get pumped up to fight cancer at Tradewinds.
You deserve a clean car. Let Dean's take care of the details. Dean's Detailing has been Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Let the pros at Dean's renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. For interior detailing, exterior detailing, and complete detailing packages, call Dean's at 945-3016 or book your appointment online at deansdetailing.com. Dean's gift cards are always the perfect gift for the holidays. Dean's Detailing. We make used look like new.
What do you get when you combine pure diesel power with 1,600 pounds of raw iron and steel? Meet the 2R series from John Deere. Up to 32 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, cruise control, and a 6-year powertrain warranty that's best in its class. This rugged workhorse won't make your breakfast, but with quick attach features, you can do pretty much anything else. Ride one today at your John Deere dealer.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm looking for the perfect match. I need someone who's good with kids. I could definitely use a helping hand. I just want someone who really gets me. Hi, I'm Sharon. Nice to meet you.
It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
Since 2006, we've offered free ATMs worldwide to our customers, saving them over $16 million. Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more.
In the Northeast Driving School Student Spotlight this week, it's Paul Cassavant of Hampden Academy. Paul is a 2-time track and field state champion, winning the 2015 Indoor Mile and the 2016 Indoor 2 Mile. He is a 9-time PVC champion and a 2-time PVC Triple Crown winner. Paul holds the school record for the Indoor Mile and the 2 Mile. In cross country, he was the 2015-2016 Gatorade Cross Country Runner of the Year in Maine, and twice a member of the KVAC Cross Country Championship team. Academically, Paul is a member of the National Honor Society. He has earned high honors each quarter and is a National Merit Scholarship qualifier. The Northeast Driving School Student of the Week, Paul Cassavant of Hampden Academy.
Welcome back to Hampden Academy. This is the Trade Winds Markets halftime reports. Just moments away from the second half. It's been a tough first half for the Hampden Academy Broncos. Let's get you some of the first half highlights. Plenty of scoring for the Dragons. In their starting quarterback, Christian Jensen. And waltzing into the end zone right there is Ben Pause. He had a good first half, Ernie.
Yeah, he did. That's the first of, I believe, 2 touchdowns for Pause there, and 97 yards rushing in just 4 carries. So good speed out of the backfield for the Dragons.
Certainly efficient. 4 carries, 97 yards. Wow.
And again, the Dragons back at it from close range here. Devereaux cuts it back. And he finds pay dirt. 6 more right there for the Dragons.
And it almost seems like Devereaux on that play was actually looking for the contact. You see how much open space he had there to go towards the corner of the end zone, and instead he cuts back and goes right at the defender.
A couple of options to score right there.
Went for the direct route on that 5-yard.
Trying to conserve a little energy.
Yeah, he only carried the ball 5 times and did not carry the ball after the first quarter.
So Ernie, you gave us some stats earlier, and I was a little confused.
Okay.
You said 339 rushing yards. Does that include the guys on the sidelines with the flags for Brunswick?
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
No, it doesn't. Be interesting to see who has more, I suppose, between the players on the field and the flag holders. But boy, I'll tell you what, 339 rushing yards in 2 quarters of play is
a couple of weeks, 3 weeks for some teams.
There you go.
And how many carries is that total for the 339 yards?
Knights will pick it up at the 6.
Tyler Knights finally tracks down the football, now heads for the left sideline, and the swarming cover team there for the Dragons finally wrestles him down at the 21-yard line, and that's where the Broncos will start things here, opening possession of the second half.
The answer to your question is 34. So 339 yards on 34 carries is almost exactly, not exactly, but almost exactly 10 yards apart.
About as close as you're going to get without being exact. That makes for easy math, if nothing else.
Yeah, and that was pivotal in me being able to figure that out.
All right, 1st and 10 for Hampden. They have the football first here in half number 2. They trail it 46-6. Sudbeck gives to Bradley, and Bradley will be taken down just over the 20-yard line. So a small loss there for the Broncos will set up a 2nd and 11. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide against this Brunswick Dragon defense here for the Broncs in the first half especially. And good start for the Dragon defense here in the second half. Sudbeck fakes the handoff, now takes it himself. A brief opening on that left side. Sudbeck will take it up to the 24. He'll pick up 4 yards on that carry.
And for his first game here this season under a new head coach, Sudbeck has impressed me. He's made a couple of nice throws. He has made a couple of mistakes, especially that interception being the biggest one. But for the most part, he's shown that he's very athletic, and he has the capability of, at times, maybe putting this Broncos team on his back and carrying them for a little bit.
Sudbeck fires right side, caught by Knights. Knights tries to get away from the defender there. Nate Girardin making the tackle, but it'll be a first down for Hampden Academy.
That's a good timing pattern there as Knights went downfield about 10 yards and turned around, and the ball was right there, delivered accurately by Casey Sudbeck. Second pass completion between the two. The first one, of course, went for the touchdown in the second quarter on an 88-yard strike.
Got to be impressed by Sudbeck. He's done it on the ground and through the air here tonight in the first game of the season. 9.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. The give to Johan Bradley. Bradley cuts it back, finds some room, escapes a couple of tackles, breaks a couple of tackles, and brings it up to the 43-yard line. Close to the first down marker, and it will be a first down. Actually, the 44-yard line is where they place it, and another first down for the Broncos. So good start for Hampden Academy coming out of the halftime break.
Another guy that has impressed me here, not so much in the running game. He hasn't had as many opportunities, but in the kicking game, kick returns, I feel like really he has made a couple of nice plays. He's very good at cutting the ball back and getting an extra 5 or 6 yards.
Sudbeck, the keeper. Sudbeck still on his feet. Sudbeck breaks a tackle. He's got another first down. He's inside the Brunswick 45. And we talked about a lot of marching by the Dragons in the first half. This first drive by Hampden. A bit of a march down the field.
Longest run of the night for the Broncos at 13 yards there by Sudbeck, who got the defense to bite on a handoff fake as soon as he got the snap, and then found room off right tackle and lunged forward for the third consecutive third down in as many plays for Fred Lauer's club.
And how about this for the Broncos? Mike Laban in the scrum there comes up with an injured ankle. What does he do? He stands up and starts taking his ankle and slamming it into the ground and then walks it off and says, "No, I'm fine."
I think it might have been a little bit of a cramp in his calf there. He was trying to. Now Laban, we got pass interference. Laban battling there with the defender. That's number 24 for Brunswick, Alex DeMars, defending the pass. And that'll be another first down for the Broncos. Laban in position.
And Laban's still limping a little bit there. He's going to come off the field here. It looks like he's still got something going on with either the leg or the ankle. He'll take a break here and let some other players get in, but nice way to draw the pass interference there.
And Hampden, at least so far this half, being able to kind of expand the field, widen the field offensively, and that's going to give Brunswick more field to have to cover, and may turn out to open up the Broncos' running game with the threat of the pass.
So they move the chains once again. Brunswick has not touched the football. By this time in the first half, I believe it was like 16-0 in the first quarter.
See, it's the little things. Baby steps.
Baby steps. Here's the handoff. That's going to be Cooper Bennett. Bennett's going to take it near the goal line. He'll be run out of bounds, and we've got flags coming in. That may bring it back at will. A hold against the Broncos. But once again, they're
showing some speed to the outside. You're having to cover the whole field now. Makes the defensive challenge much greater for Brunswick. I feel bad for Casey Sudbeck, the referee who threw that flag. Hit him right in the back.
I was just going to say, adding insult to injury.
I don't believe.
I wonder if our cameras caught that. He literally took it and he threw it right into his backside. He picked it up and threw it again.
Well, it's their first game of the season too, I suppose.
Can't blame the wind, though. There's barely a breeze here tonight.
Well, that'll be a
Hampden Academy.
That'll be a topic at an officials meeting next week. Proper flag throwing etiquette.
Follow through. It's all in the follow through.
Yeah.
Just a 6-yard penalty as that holding call downfield just a bit. Normally a 10-yard walk back, but first and 16.
Sudbeck will keep it. Work the left side and runs into his teammate there, Tyler Knights, who looked a little surprised to see his quarterback coming right at him, but Sudbeck again will advance the football. He'll take it inside the 30 up to about the 25 of Brunswick. So another solid first down pickup there for the Broncos, and it's going to be second down and 8 to go. 46-6, Brunswick on top.
And talking with Coach Lauer before the game, that one of the biggest things he stressed to me was we want our offense to slowly work our way up the field because it's the best defense we have against Brunswick is keeping their hands off the football. Unfortunately, they didn't do it in the first half, but this is textbook keeping the hands out of the offense right here.
Bradley the carry, another flag coming in. And this one will go against the Broncos.
Illegal motion, Hampden.
Illegal motion against Hampden Academy. We'll push them back. Brunswick, of course, will take the penalty. They'll march it off 5 yards, and now it'll be second down and about 13. Jim Churchill, Ernie Clark, Aaron Jackson with you. BDN Maine Game of the Week. Brunswick Dragons, so far a productive trip north to the Hampden area. They lead at 46-6. Next week on the BDN Maine Game of the Week, Mount Blue and Brewer from Doyle Field in Brewer. Sudbeck hands it to Bradley. Bradley straight up the middle. And he'll get to the 26-yard line.
Picked up the yardage they lost on the penalty there, so it's going to be third and about 8.
And you mentioned that Brewer game. We have another Brewer game coming up against Skowhegan. So I guess, Ernie, I asked you earlier, how good could the Brewer Witches be after losing some of their talent at the skill positions? We're going to find out here very quickly.
Yeah, those will be two pretty good tests on back-to-back weekends, both at home.
Sudbeck taking it himself again, and another flag coming in. Sudbeck has the first down, but once again, would appear that play is going to come back.
Yeah, you could see that hold on the end on the right side that ultimately sprung Sudbeck for the gain, and now that's what 3 penalties here in the last 5 plays by the Broncos.
Should mention, Ernie, we are under running time here in this second half.
I was going to say, the clock hasn't stopped on these penalties, and I was wondering why that was.
Yeah.
That would be why.
35-point margin at halftime, I believe, is the magic number. So
when was that implemented?
At least last year, if not 2 years ago. That was that last touchdown of the first half by Brunswick that put them over.
Ooh, dangerous pass there, almost picked off by Nate Girardin. Unable to control the football. Incomplete pass.
The sophomore quarterback on the offense right now with the second unit, and I thought for sure, man, he played that about as well as you could have. I thought he was going to be off to the races here. You see him, he jumped the route. He knew it was coming. Look at that, just runs right in and knocks it away, and I'm guessing he probably wants that one back to try to run it back for an interception and a touchdown.
Well, in basketball, Ernie, you'd call that a telegraphed pass.
You would indeed, and that's in the pros, you would say that's why that cornerback is playing defense, because he can't catch the ball. Of course, at the high school level in Maine, most of the kids are playing both ways, so you don't have that excuse.
Keeper by Sudbeck. He is tripped up on the 4th down carry. He'll come up shy of the first down by a goodly margin. And that'll give the football back to Brunswick.
Because that 35-point rule, that running time rule, was done a couple of years ago, and in large part because you get to a point of the game where a 35-point rule would be enforced, a 35-point running time rule would be enforced. You've got the subs in anyways, and those subs, and while it's great to have the varsity stage, they still have it in a shortened sense because most of them have another game to play, usually on Monday night at the sub-varsity level.
Right.
So. It's kind of a safety thing where you want to be able to monitor how much time all the kids play, and this way, again, we've seen Brunswick's second-string offense since the middle of the second quarter, and it's still out there, and so running time shortens up their time tonight a little bit, but still they've got another game to play at the sub-varsity level, so they'll get plenty of playing time this week.
And what it also does when you have running time is a lot of coaches, if you have a big lead, will try to make their players, you don't want to score too many points. You don't want to make another team in high school look too bad. So if you try to make your kids hold off, sometimes that can result in injuries because they're not going 100% anymore. So this allows them to continue to play their hardest while knowing that they won't be running up the score repeatedly because that clock is running faster.
Nick Munn, the first down carry for no yardage. 2nd and 10 for Brunswick. About a minute left to go in the third quarter. Girardin rolls out to his left. Now he'll tuck it in, and he's going to pick up the first down and more. He may go all the way. He's to the 40, the 30, the 20. He's going to outrun the defender and get into the end zone. Another touchdown for Brunswick. We do have a flag on the play in the middle of the field. Let's see what the call is.
We'll have to watch this back to see what it was there. Maybe a block in the back or something of the likes. We'll see here as you see him. He thinks for a second about it, and then he's off to the races. It's like a game of Frogger, just going around guys, and you see him break free there.
You can see that block in the back there, right about midfield.
And I'm not even sure that was one that was necessary. I'm pretty sure he was gone regardless of that play.
No, but you're out there playing as a lineman or a back, as a lead blocker, and you're not looking at the quarterback to see if he's wide open. You're looking at making a downfield block to help make it happen. And the angles get pretty tough when you're in the open field a lot of times, and that's certainly what happened there. But still, the play winds up going for about a 40-yard rush and then a 10-yard mark-off on the penalty, and the ball is just inside Hampden's side of the field.
And that'll do it here for the third quarter.
All right, third quarter comes to an end here in this BDN Main Game of the Week. At the end of 3, it's Brunswick 46, Hampden 6. Back with fourth quarter action right after this.
Hi, I'm Jim. I guess I'm just looking for the ideal partner. I love being out in the wild. I want someone who gets along with my friends, someone I can really connect with. Hi, I'm Jim. Nice to meet you.
It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
Choosing the right school for driver's ed has never been more important. Northeast Auto and Cycle School has been the leader in driver training since 1969. Greater Bangor's #1 team of instructors are experienced, professional, and caring. Northeast offers a variety of weekday and weekend courses. Call 942-1769 or sign up at northeastautocycle.com.
Since 2006, we've offered free ATMs worldwide to our customers, saving them over $16 million. Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family Tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
Tradewinds is pumped up to fight cancer. Tradewinds donates 1 cent for every gallon of gas sold to support cancer care patients, helping your neighbors in need.
I was coming 5 days a week for chemo and radiation. My husband was diagnosed a month after I was. The gas cards were a lifesaver. You know, without them, there's just no way we could have done the treatment. There's just no way.
Thanks for joining Tradewinds in this initiative. Get pumped up to fight cancer at Tradewinds.
BangorDailyNews.com. We bring Maine together.
Back at Hampden Academy, BDN Main Game of the Week. Jim Churchill, Ernie Clark, Aaron Jackson. As we get the fourth quarter underway, Brunswick with the football, 1st and 10 at midfield, and a 5-yard pickup there for the Dragons. Coming out of the pile there after the carry is Donald Bromley. Goes skipping to that far sideline, appears to be nicked up just a little bit.
And Ernie, it seems like at this point, I know Hampden's been continuing to play their starters to kind of get them that game experience. Do you at a certain point decide to take your starters in a game like this and put them on the bench and let some of the second squad get in?
Sure you do, and they've done that. Here in the second half, they've run with a lot of backups, probably most of the second half actually.
Seth White the carry, he'll pick up the first down. Another beautiful tackle by Hampden.
First down, Brunswick.
And Dave Hagan trying to accentuate the positive, the PA announcer, positive for the Broncos here in this.
Johan Bradley has really impressed me. He's made a couple of nice runs, and you see him there. I mean, that's a textbook tackle. You take the guy, you wrap him up the waist, you bring him down.
Well, if you're Fred Lauer at this point, if you were talking to your troops, you could say, oh, over the last quarter and a half, we've pretty much played them even.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout here.
Stoppage of play here for something or other, but
very brief.
The clock runs again.
And this time it's Dickey, He is a shifty little running back. Good first down yardage there. Takes it down close to the 30-yard line.
Some scores for you. Chever's 26, Oxford Hills 6 late third quarter. John Baps 20, Herman 12 late third quarter. Foxcroft Academy Ponies making a comeback on MDI. Now MDI 21, Foxcroft 14 late in the third. Coney 28, Mount Blue 22. Mount Blue threatening in the third quarter.
Second down and 2. And a loose football, and the Broncos will come up with it. Hampden will take over at the 30.
CJ Upham there, falling on the ball and taking it over. Nice play by him. Good awareness.
Defensive back there for Hampden Academy.
Yeah, Upham had a strip.
Hanging tough.
Yeah, Upham had a strip on an extra point attempt by Brunswick in the first half as well. So he's got a nose for the football here with that recovery on top of that.
Yeah, it did exactly what you want to see a guy do. Don't reach down, bend down to get it. Just dive on it, dive in front of it, block it off from the offensive player there. He did exactly that and secured it nicely.
Sudbeck still out there, low snap. He's looking to gun it to the left side. The pass is complete, and good effort there by the receiver.
Zach Field.
Zach Field. He'll come up just short of the first down marker, but good effort there. About a half yard shy of the marker.
With 8.5 minutes here too, I'm guessing Coach Lauer thinking maybe let's get one good successful drive here to end the game. Let's put some points on the board to end it. Leave yourself feeling good here, even if you are walking away with a loss.
Yeah, a little muff there by Sudbeck on the snap. And that time just holds on to the football, taken down. Loss of 4 or 5 yards there. For the best in John Deere sales and service, it's Greenway Equipment. They have 2 locations, one in Bangor, one in Ellsworth. Visit them at greenwayequipment.com. Like them on Facebook. Greenway Equipment. Nothing runs like a deer.
Ball at the 37-yard line.
Except for maybe Jesse Devereaux. He might run like a deer. Those flag bearers, those guys are pretty quick too.
Here's Sudbeck. Cooper Bennett in front of him. Sudbeck outruns him. Sudbeck has the first down. He's still on his feet. Finally run out of bounds at the 35, but
laundry.
Those yellow handkerchiefs on the field.
And that one was thrown behind the play as well. We're going to get
a holding call on Hampden downfield, and not only that, but Tyler Knights came up limping. I don't know if he's back in the game or not. Yeah, he's trying to walk it off there, number 11, but he's going to come out of the game. Good run, though, by Casey Sudbeck. Good open field instincts for the Hampden Academy quarterback. He's shown throughout the game, really. That time, one of his, perhaps his longest runs of the night, but a downfield flag negated quite a bit of it.
Yeah, there's been a few injuries today for Hampden too. Connor Roy, we saw him leave very early on. Tyler Knights and Mike Laban also leaving at points in the game here today.
Sudbeck to the air, right side. Pass is complete. And now a couple of Dragons will take down Andrew Jondro, senior wideout. Solid first half first down pickup right there for the Broncos.
Second down.
2nd and 6 for Hampden. Again, running time here in the second half with a big lead for the Dragons. Halfway through the 4th quarter now. And the Broncos try to end this game on a positive note. Sudbeck, oh, a little mix up there between him and Johan Bradley. Sudbeck will end up
Sudbeck pulls his way through,
taking it down inside the 45.
knocking people down.
He's impressive to watch. They have something in him. I mean, he's definitely a talented player. It's unfortunate that he's a senior this year, so this is his last go-round for this team. But certainly he's showing why he is such a good athlete, both on the baseball field and here on the football field.
Timeout Brunswick.
Be sure to catch The Drive weekdays 4 to 6 p.m. on Sports Radio 92.9 The Ticket. All right, Broncos 3rd and 4. And they'll run the football. It's Bradley.
Well, for Coach,
it's going to end up 4th and 1.5 yards here for Hampden.
For Coach Joe Harasimiak, I mean, it's about as good as you can expect to go there for your first game as a head coach at the college level. Certainly, you got his players, every ounce of energy out of them on that one.
Well, they went the entire game without a quarterback sack against them and without a turnover offensively. I mean, that's not something you're going to have very often, especially against an FBS opponent. But as Aaron mentioned, it just looked like, to me at least, that the size of the Connecticut front line kind of wore Maine down. A couple of late drives came pretty easy.
4th and 2. The Broncos have the first down. Sudbeck down the left sideline.
Did he lose the football there?
Almost gets to the end zone.
It looked like he lost the football towards the end of that play. I don't know if he'd already been out of bounds or not yet, but I guess we'll find out here on the replay.
Yeah, they're spotting him out of bounds at about the 11-yard line. Here goes a little dip inside and then gets to the outside into the corner. Really no block. He just outran the defense there and got stripped there. Just touched just enough to force him out of bounds at the 10. But big run by Casey Sudbeck, who's piling up the rushing yardage here in the second half.
And you talk about the size of UConn wearing Maine down. We've seen a lot of that in this game here. The size of Brunswick in that first quarter and partway through that second quarter, just having their way with this Broncos team, and that's why you see the score like it is right now, 46-6 in favor of the Dragons.
Sudbeck receives the snap, hands it off to Cooper Bennett. Bennett has some room on the right side. Bennett, he smells the end zone. His helmet comes off, and he'll be stopped short of the goal line at about the 3-yard line. But the Broncos are knocking on the door here with 3.5 minutes left to go in the ball game.
Pretty sure Bennett's going to have to sit out of play with the helmet coming off, but nice gain there as he was finishing that play going forward.
The BDN Maine Game of the Week is presented by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
Good block again on the outside by Tyler Knights to spring Bennett open on that play.
Now Sudbeck will take it himself. He is in the end zone. Second touchdown for Hampden Academy here tonight. The long 88-yard touchdown pass in the first half. And now the quarterback keeper for 6 more. And the Broncos now with 12 up on the scoreboard. They trail it 46-12.
So here's a question for you, Ernie. Now the score is only a 34-point game. Does the clock continue to run, or at this point it would stop, correct? Because it's under 35.
I believe it stops.
Really?
They've got it under the 35-point threshold.
You would think they'd have a cutoff for that at a certain time. It just becomes a running clock.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, but that's my understanding.
It seems to, I mean, it has stopped here. 2:55 to go here in the game.
There are 3 or 4 exceptions when the clock does score. One's injury, one's.
Ooh, Sudbeck showing off the arm there. There was a fastball intended for Tyler Knights. It's incomplete on the 2-point attempt.
And something else I'm noticing right now, if you look over on the sideline, there's a huddle going on between Casey Sudbeck, Tyler Knights, Griffin Nye, some of the captains on this team, Caleb Trudeau in there as well. They're still going at it with each other. They're talking things out, and you can see they're talking about what do we do right, what do we do wrong. That's great to see. Even if you're down this much, they're staying engaged in the football game, which I think speaks a lot about this program and where they could be headed.
Yeah, certainly with as far as the leadership of the team goes, and I think they're talking more about what's going right than what's going wrong. That's the wrong part is a lot of that stuff is for the film session, but they're just coming off a nice touchdown drive, and here they are on special teams trying to stop the Dragons, but
some coverage issues here for the Broncos. That's Girardin, and he's breaking a couple of tackles. He's going to take it all the way, a 90-yard return for Girardin. And just like that, the Dragons have scored once again.
So I guess we'll never know about the 35-point thing, because one play later and it's back over 35 already.
Go. Here's a replay there.
Good kick, by the way.
Good kick.
Yeah.
Excellent
Essentially outkicked his coverage is what it turned out to do. As there's Girardin touched at the 30.
A lot of arm tackle
attempts
attempts
touched
there.
At the 50. Again, we're talking about reserves out
nice
there.
Stiff arm there.
Second team, and then a good stiff arm at about the 30 of Hampden. So he got touched 3 times, and he's pretty quick, and Hampden couldn't get numbers to him in time. Again, that's a situation where the kick was great, but it almost was too good because it gave Girardin a chance to kind of get the motor running and build up a head of steam by the time he got to the Hampden special teams wall, and then with some help from his blockers, he was able to take it all the way home.
I think that's a part of the reason why a lot of the time you'll see teams do those low squib kicks, because you're not out kicking your coverage because they don't go very far, and it kind of creates some uncertainty there.
2-point conversion is good for the Dragons. Seth White into the end zone to make it 54-12 now, Brunswick. The Broncos will have the football at least one more time in this ball game. 2:40 up on the clock.
Class B scores. Coney 34, Mount Blue 22 now. Skowhegan 27, Lawrence 26. What a game that is.
Wow. And this might be a good thing for the Broncos. You never want to give up a touchdown under any circumstances, but we talked about Sudbeck and some of his offensive players there on the sideline, talking things out, talking about what they did right on that last drive. Now they get a chance to immediately put that back potentially into play, although it looks like Sudbeck, well, I guess there's a kickoff here, but he may or may not be coming back out.
Kicking off for the Dragons, Hunter Backhouse.
Herman and John Babs tied at 20. Good for them. Both those teams struggling last year, I believe in their first year in Class C, and having a good battle with each other to start the season.
Kickoff bounds down to Knights. He picks it up at the 25, heading towards his own sideline. Still on his feet, still in bounds there. Finally pushed out of bounds. But a good return by Tyler Knights, and the Broncos will get it going here with 2:20 left to go at about the 47-yard line. 54-12, Brunswick with the lead.
And it looks like Sudbeck staying on the sideline now, so his day appears to be over.
And number 8, C.J. Upham, who's had a couple of good plays on defense and special teams, now in, call the signals for the Broncos.
I think every kickoff tonight by Brunswick, and they've had plenty of them, has been of the low line drive bouncing variety to the Broncos. So good start here for Hampden on first down. The give
Dunn
goes to Marcus Dunn. Dunn taken out of bounds at the 6.
The hole in the middle of that field, it was like the parting of the Red Sea, the way that thing just popped open there. He had plenty of operating room, and he took advantage of it quickly. You see it here. I mean, just look at that hole they
Jackson,
created.
you could have run through that hole.
I could have. Now, would I have been able to run as
through
far?
the hole,
No. I would have made it to about the
thereafter,
30. Yeah. But, hey, progress is progress.
47 yards on the gain for Mr. Dunn.
Buy one, get one free.
Ooh, did you hear that, Ernesto?
Yeah, I got to go.
$1.
That's a pretty good deal, actually. Might have to get myself some
Hot
of
dogs,
those.
2 for the price of 1 here at Hampden Academy. Broncos, some confusion there between Upham and Bradley, and slow developing play allowed the Brunswick defense to surround Bradley.
And watch
You'll see
Upham
right
here
here.
after the play.
On your
Just
way out,
boom,
2 hot
lowers
dogs
his
for
shoulder
the
and
price of
slams
$1.
right into number 33 for Brunswick, that being Nick Munn. Showing a little bit of toughness there.
Ball was fumbled. I saw the sack that the referee throws on a fumble, but Bradley fell on top of his own drop, and so the Broncos maintain possession.
Clock ticking here, probably time for one more play.
Ball on the 8-yard line. And here's Upham. He dances way into the end zone. He scores with 9.7 seconds left to go. And the Broncos, their 3rd touchdown of the night. Makes it 54-18.
2 hot dogs for 1 loony and a quarter.
Now the Broncos will try to up their success rate from 0% on 2-point conversions to
25%, right?
33%.
No, because it'd be 1 for 4, right? No, 1 for 3. I'm an idiot.
3.
Yep. That's why I don't
that
do
new
math.
We leave the math to Clark.
Yeah, yep.
That's kind of a scary notion if I'm the mathematician of the gang. CJ Upham, though. A strip, forced fumble on an extra point, a fumble recovery on defense, and
a wide open
two-point
receiver
conversion.
in the end zone. So Swibber here, bounding to the 35-yard line, picked up there by the Dragons, number 42, Dylan Cassidy. Cassidy off to the races, but taken down at the Bronco 40, loose football. The Broncos come away with it, and it's going to be Hampden football with 2.6 seconds left to go.
Passing, 80 rushing yards in the second half, so he's accounted for more than 200 yards of total offense.
See, that's math, Aaron Jackson.
Yeah,
Final play of the game.
Better at it than I am.
And wrestled out of bounds, Marcus Dunn, and that will do it. The Brunswick Dragons win the season opener here tonight at Hampden Academy by a score of 54-20. We'll take a break. Be back with the post-game show here on the BDN Main Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm looking for the perfect match. I need someone who's good with kids. I could definitely use a helping hand. I just want someone who really gets me. Hi, I'm Sharon. Nice to meet you.
It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
Tradewinds is pumped up to fight cancer. Tradewinds donates 1 cent for every gallon of gas sold to support cancer care patients, helping your neighbors in need.
I was coming 5 days a week for chemo and radiation. My husband was diagnosed a month after I was. The gas cards were a lifesaver. You know, without them, there's just no way we could have done the treatment. There's just no way.
Thanks for joining Tradewinds in this initiative. Get pumped up to fight cancer at Tradewinds.
What do you get when you combine pure diesel power with 1,600 pounds of raw iron and steel? Meet the 2R series from John Deere. Up to 32 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, cruise control, and a 6-year powertrain warranty that's best in its class. This rugged workhorse won't make your breakfast, but with quick attach features, you can do pretty much anything else. Ride one today at your John Deere dealer.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
Since 2006, we've offered free ATMs worldwide to our customers, saving them over $16 million. Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more.
Welcome back to Hampden Academy. Great night for football here this evening on the opening night of the high school football season. Let's get to our play of the game. It's the BDN Main play of the game. And Brunswick had a lot of runs like this here tonight, Ernie.
Yeah, it certainly did. Here comes a little double handoff out of the wing tee to Ben Palazé. Going to second quarter, Devereaux with a block to set it up, just knocked a Hampden player to the ground, and Palazé untouched 66 yards to the end zone, which made the score 38-0 at that point, as the first team offense of Brunswick just wasn't to be stopped tonight.
This is the BDN Main Game of the Week.
BangorDailyNews.com. We bring Maine together.
Hi, I'm Jim. I guess I'm just looking for the ideal partner. I love being out in the wild. I want someone who gets along with my friends, someone I can really connect with. Hi, I'm Jim. Nice to meet you.
It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family Tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
Tradewinds is pumped up to fight cancer. Tradewinds donates 1 cent for every gallon of gas sold to support cancer care patients, helping your neighbors in need.
I was coming 5 days a week for chemo and radiation. My husband was diagnosed a month after I was. The gas cards were a lifesaver. You know, without them, there's just no way we could have done the treatment. There's just no way.
Thanks for joining Tradewinds in this initiative. Get pumped up to fight cancer at Tradewinds.
Since 2006, we've offered free ATMs worldwide to our customers, saving them over $16 million. Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more.
The Dragons pick up the opening night win The final once again, the Brunswick Dragons 54, the Hampden Academy Broncos 20.